Hi friends, Adarsh here. So today we're gonna see how we can use Spring Boot with external LDAP server. So for that I'm gonna use Apache Directory Server. So just to start with, we need to download Apache Directory Server. So Apache DS download. Go into Google, search for that. Go into this page, check for Windows installer, and then click on this. So folks, I already done that, so I'm having my own copy, so I'm gonna, it will be a zip file, so we need to just extract those files. It's gonna take couple of seconds. So here is, we just say run as administrator. So it will come like this. So we need to see this. I'll just close this. We need to add the server first. So I'll say Apache server directories this 2.0, and I'll say start the server. Server's about to start. It's starting first time, so it's gonna take some time. So my server is started. I'll double click on that and I'll get this configuration. I'll go to partition. I'll say add. So I want to add eSpark and O equal to Spark, and I'll just increase the cache size here by 1000 and I'll say save. So saving configurations, I'll say add. I need to just stop the server and I need to again restart the server. So server has not started till now. You can see here it's, I don't know, sometime it, most of the time I'm using this Apache DS, so I feel that in the single click it never start. So now server is started. We need to create a connection. We'll say a connection, we'll say local host, LOCA local host, and this we need to change it to 10389, and then this we need to mention here UID equal to admin comma OU equal to system, and SECRET all are small. We'll say check authentication successful. We'll say finish. So I can see here, we can see all our partition whatever I have created. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna import my LDAP file. So I'm gonna go to the location where I'm having the LDAP file. So my LDAP file is in education, GitHub, Spring Boot, and external LDAP, sources, main, resources, Spring, and I'll say just import that LDAP file. So this LDAP file will be saved as a part of application itself, Spring Boot application, so you can import it from there. So it takes some time. So here it will tell us how, what are the things it has imported. So first thing which it has imported, that is a people, this section. So in the people, what we have, OU people and description. Then it has created a group here, so this group, so it is also the same. And inside group we have users category, so this is what it has created. And then under the people it has created a real user of the system, like Adarsh Kumar. So we can see inside the people, we can see Adarsh Kumar is there. So what are the attributes there? Complete names, CN means complete name, SN means surname, description, given name, email, UID and password. So likewise, okay, it has created a super admin also having the properties, same property like others. Then it has created a group name. So we need to go inside the user, and this is a super admin group. So who else is a part of super admin group? You can see that unique members are Adarsh and super admin. Then it has created a Radha Singh as a user here. So you can see that same sort of properties like complete name, surname, description, given name, mail, UID and password. Then followed by, it has created a admin user, which is this one. So same as Radha Singh, it also has the same properties. And then it has created a admin group. So what are the admin group here? So admin group is having two type of unique member. One is Radha Singh and admin user. Then it has, while importing, it has created a normal user under the people. So normal user is this. So it has a same sort of property like Adarsh and Radha, same sort of properties. And then after that it has created a group name which is user, so which is this. So normal user belongs to user group. So that's how folks we can import the stuff here. So if we see here, the structure is eSpark group. Under group we have users and different types of categories of user, and then under people we are having different type of users which are tied to the categories of the user. So let's jump into our application. So in our application, first we'll go to the Maven file. These are the just standard configuration. Then we have configured the parent Spring Boot parent dependency, then followed by organization, licensing, developers, properties, application name, your source code encoding, Java version, then followed by Thine Leaf dependency, then Spring Boot starter web, and then Spring security related dependency, then Spring security LDAP, and this is a Apache directory server JNDI, and then followed by Log4j dependency. Inside the build we have a standard jar file name, then resources configuration, and then inside the plugins we have Maven compiler plugin. So let's jump into the code. So we have a security, where we have security configurations. So security configuration, it annotated with the configuration and enable web security. Extending from web security configurer, we have override the configure method. In that we have specified CSS, JS and font should not be intercepted as a part of security. Then inside the configure method we have told that anything with slash or eSpark should permitted. It's a landing page for the application, and other than this any request should be authenticated. Form will be our own custom form, so URL will be this, and default success URL will be the username, eSpark user page. And then permit all, CSRF is disabled. Logout, for logout URL we have slash logout, and logout success will be taking us to landing page, application landing page. And here are the exact configuration what we have done for the integrating with the Apache DS. So here we have created a static class with the configure annotation, global authentication configure adapter. Extending from that, inside the init method of that we'll say authentication manager builder dot LDAP authentication, and then user search will be based on the UID, user search base will be the people, user search filter will be the unique member, and user search group user search, because all users will be part of all groups will be user, which is in turn part of groups. Then user DN pattern will be UID, and the people role should be prefixed with role underscore context source, and this is a URL of the server. Here you can see this, we have given a local host and on this port, and for this organization this is a password which we have used for at the time of creating a connection, secret, and this is what we have given at the time of creating the connection. So in the web we have configuration annotation extending from web MVC configurer adapter. Here what we have done, we have bind all the URLs with the specific views. That's what we have done. And this is a standard application class where we have a main method to start the application. Inside the resources we have two type of resources: static resources where we have defined the CSS, Bootstrap, then font related stuff, and then JS related stuff, Bootstrap and jQuery.js. Then we have templates here. So this is a eSpark home page where we have imported all the Bootstrap related stuff, and then we have given a link to login. And once user login, it will come to this page where we have imported all the CSS related stuff, and then some container classes we have used, form we have used, and CSRF token parameter is there, but as of now I have disabled it. You can enable and test it, it will work fine because nothing is there, everything is configured already. And then this is a user home page. After login, user will end up in this login page. So in application properties file, you can see here we have a message and log related stuff, and this is a file which I was talking about. So first thing is important version, then we have created a people groups and then users inside the group, and then the actual users, others, super admin. This is a user type, then this is a user, then again we have created a user type, and then we have created a normal user, and then again we have created a user type. So, and this is a log file which is generated as a part of import, because it will by default LDAP will create a log files, the same log file which we can see here, modification log file. So same log file which we can see there, that will stored here because I have read the file from here, and this is a standard log4j configuration. So what we can do here, we can quickly build the application. MVN clean install. Make sure that our directory server, LDAP server, is running here, the running state. So it's started already, and so it has built successfully. I'll say mvn spring -boot :run. So I prefer to start boot application from the command prompt itself. So IntelliJ has its own terminal. You can use your Windows or Linux based terminals also, it depends on you. So here the booting logs, here the logo for the Spring Boot comes. We can redefine all these things by using property file and give the banner file what exactly instead of Spring, if I just want eSpark or something like that. So here here's come the Tomcat started at port number 8080. So what we gonna do, we gonna hit the URL localhost :8080, and our application should come up here. This is a landing page. So I'll say click here, login, and so here I have given Adarsh and I have given wrong password, so it will say invalid username password. So if I say Adarsh, that is a password. So I'm gonna get into the home page of user. So I'll say logout. I'll again say Radha. So it's gonna get into the application, and I'll say logout. Then we have a normal user, which user. So it's gonna get into that. And if I say something like xyz, it's gonna say invalid username password. So that's how, folks, we can use external LDAP Apache DS with the Spring Boot application. Hope this will help you. So I'm gonna push this code in my GitHub repository, which is github.com Adarsh Kumar Singh 83/Spring Boot. So all my previous embedded LDAP application is already there. I have pushed it, and this external LDAP will be also be a part of that, including the LDAP file itself. So till then, bye. I'll find something else and I'll come up with that. Till then, bye. Take care.